The best revenge on those who hurt you. Have you ever been hurt so deeply that it made you question your worth? Left you wondering what you did wrong or why you deserved that pain? It's a feeling we all know, the sting, the urge for revenge. You think, if only they felt the pain they caused me. But here's the truth. That kind of revenge, it's empty. It might satisfy you for a moment, but it won't bring the peace you're looking for. Real strength, real revenge, is in living well. It's about building a life so full, so purpose-driven, that their actions lose all power over you. Imagine that. A life where their hurt is just a whisper in the background. When you focus on your growth, when you rise and thrive, you're showing them that their actions don't define you. They never could. That's the ultimate victory. It's not about them. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, untouchable and unbreakable. Welcome to Stoic in Your Life, where we uncover how to turn pain into purpose and hurt into strength. 1. The ultimate revenge on those who hurt you. There's a certain power that emerges when someone has been broken yet refuses to stay down. True resilience isn't about showing the world your scars or proving that you can hurt others the way they hurt you. It's a quiet, steady resolve to be better, to rise above. Imagine looking in the mirror and deciding, I am worth more than the pain they tried to leave me with. This isn't about them. It's about you. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. This kind of strength, one built on self-worth rather than retaliation, shapes a character that no one can dismantle. We don't grow by tearing others down, but by lifting ourselves up, focusing on our journey, and refusing to let others dictate the path we're on. When someone hurts you, the impulse is often to make them feel the same pain they caused. But consider this. Such revenge is fleeting, like a spark that lights up briefly and then vanishes. Yes, it might satisfy something primal in you, but it doesn't bring peace or healing. Real power is rooted in growth, in rising from the ashes of what tried to break you and turning that experience into fuel for transformation. A life rich with purpose, built on self-determination, becomes the kind of success that speaks louder than words. When you pour your energy into building a life that's whole and complete, those who tried to tear you down will see, but by then, they will have become irrelevant. Is it truly worth your energy to bring down someone who never saw your worth in the first place? Or would that energy be better invested in becoming the person you were always meant to be? Every ounce of hurt, every frustration can be channeled into something powerful, something meaningful. Epictetus reminded us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You have dreams waiting for you, goals still within your reach, a life asking to be claimed. Let each step forward be a testament that you're stronger than any wound inflicted upon you. The world today has taught us to crave validation, often by showing off our successes or flaunting our achievements. But the most profound victory is internal. When you're living well, doing what brings you joy and fulfillment, that speaks volumes. This isn't a loud success that demands attention. It's a quiet, grounded strength that stands on its own. Those who tried to hurt you might watch from afar, feeling the weight of their own actions, but you'll have already moved beyond them. Your focus, your energy, now belongs to something far greater than their opinions, words, or attempts to hold you back. This kind of resilience is not about erasing the past, but transforming it. Every setback, every betrayal, becomes a stepping stone toward the life you deserve. As Seneca said, it is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. That rough road is precisely what equips you to stand at the summit with grace and humility, free from bitterness. You're not defined by what happened to you, but by how you responded, by the life you built in the aftermath. In modern life, resilience often means proving our worth to others. But true Stoic wisdom teaches us that the only person we must prove anything to is ourselves. Reclaim that energy and build something meaningful out of it. There's a deeper satisfaction in creating a life that reflects your true potential, rather than one shaped by the pain others tried to impose on you. Let each day be a step toward that life, and you'll see how, over time, you are not just healing, but thriving. This is the best kind of revenge, the kind that doesn't need applause, only a quiet acknowledgement that you have become untouchable, unbreakable. When they look back, those who once doubted you will see a person who rose higher, stood stronger, and shined brighter than they ever imagined. And while they remain where they are, you're moving forward, flourishing in ways that silence any need for validation. Embrace this journey, not as revenge, but as a tribute to the strength you've always had within you, now fully realized. 2. The true power of moving on. Success is a powerful language, one that transcends words and communicates through action, resilience, and the quiet but unbreakable confidence of someone who has transformed pain into purpose. Think about it. When you take the hurt others tried to leave you with and turn it into fuel for your growth, those who thought they could break you will one day see the very thing they tried to destroy come back stronger, wiser, and undeniably unstoppable. But I know that in the moment, the desire to get back at them can be strong. The urge to make them feel the pain they caused you might seem like the only way to balance the scales. Yet let's face it, that kind of revenge is hollow, like pouring water into a bucket with holes. It satisfies something primal in you, but only for an instant, and then the pain remains, gnawing at you, reminding you that the real healing, the real victory, doesn't come from making them hurt. It comes from making yourself whole again. Real healing happens when you decide that your life isn't going to be defined by what they did to you, but by what you do from this point forward. Imagine redirecting that energy, that frustration, into something meaningful, something that builds you up instead of tearing you down. By choosing to live well, to grow, to push forward and build a life that is rich and fulfilling, you're creating a legacy of resilience and success that speaks louder than any words could. Success doesn't need to be broadcasted. It radiates from within. When you're truly grounded, people see it, people feel it, and most importantly, those who hurt you can't ignore it. It's in your demeanor, the calm way you carry yourself, the assuredness in your steps, and the way you enter a room with quiet strength. Those who thought they could break you will come to realize they didn't destroy anything. In fact, they ignited a fire in you that only fueled your journey higher. But here's the real question. Is it worth carrying the weight of a grudge? Bitterness, resentment, and anger, they're heavy burdens to bear. Holding on to them is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In other words, don't let their actions shape who you are. Instead of using your energy to tear down someone who no longer deserves your attention, pour it into building a life so full, so complete, that you're no longer defined by what happened to you, but by the person you've chosen to become. Imagine all the potential, all the goals and dreams you could achieve by focusing on your growth rather than on the hurt someone else caused. Every day you channel your efforts into this, you're proving that you're stronger, wiser, and better than anyone thought possible. Let's bring this into modern life. We live in a world obsessed with validation and external achievements. Social media tells us to flaunt our successes, to prove ourselves constantly. But the greatest victories are often the quiet ones, those moments when you realize you've moved past something that once hurt you deeply. Imagine forgiving not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Forgiveness doesn't mean you condone what happened. It means you're choosing to be free of it. When you let go of the anger and the need for revenge, you're choosing to reclaim the power over your own life. This isn't weakness, it's strength. It's saying, I'm worth more than the pain you left behind, and I'm not going to carry it with me anymore. Each time you release a bit of that resentment, you're making room for something new. Happiness, growth, fulfillment. Resentment clouds your vision, chaining you to the past and preventing you from moving forward. But when you let it go, you see with clarity, you feel lighter, and you become free to pursue what truly matters to you. Imagine focusing on your passions, your goals, and becoming the best version of yourself, untethered by the weight of old wounds. As Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." In this case, craving revenge is a form of poverty. Real wealth is in the strength of character that comes from rising above it. Do you want to be known by the pain someone else caused, or by the strength you showed in overcoming it? Do you want your life story to be about those who tried to hurt you, or about the incredible person you became because of your own resilience and commitment to self-growth? Every step you take away from bitterness and toward fulfillment is a victory they can never take from you. Living well, growing stronger, achieving your dreams, that is the best kind of revenge. You become someone so focused on your purpose, so full of peace that their actions lose all significance. They become nothing more than a footnote in the story of your remarkable life. In the end, real strength isn't in matching hurt for hurt. It's in carrying on without needing to look back. When you live a life that's so fulfilling, so deeply satisfying, you don't need validation from anyone else, not even from those who doubted you or hurt you. Your growth, your joy, your accomplishments, they're your own, and they are worth infinitely more than any fleeting moment of revenge. Embrace this journey, not as a way to prove anything to anyone, but as a testament to your own resilience, your own strength. Remember, the ultimate victory isn't found in shouting from the rooftops. It's found in the quiet, steady progress of becoming everything you were meant to be. That is the best revenge, the one that speaks louder than any words, and it's yours to claim. 3. Letting go. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. It doesn't mean excusing what someone did to you or pretending it didn't hurt. No, forgiveness is much deeper than that. It's about giving yourself permission to release the burden of carrying that pain, that resentment, that bitterness that weighs you down. Forgiving is not a sign of weakness. In fact, it's one of the strongest, most courageous acts you can choose. It's you standing up and saying, "I won't let what happened define me or control me any longer." When you forgive, you're taking back control of your life. You're declaring that your peace, your happiness, and your future are more important than the grudge or anger you might feel toward those who wronged you. Because as long as you hold on to that hurt, they continue to occupy space in your mind, continuing to affect you. But when you let go, when you decide to focus on your own growth, that's when you truly win. You're proving to yourself and to the world that you're bigger than the pain, stronger than the hurt. What if every time you felt anger, you chose to channel that energy inward, to invest it in yourself instead? What if you could take that fire and transform it into fuel for your dreams, your goals, your purpose? Imagine taking that hurt and using it to build something meaningful, something that reflects your true worth. When you pour your energy into achieving your dreams, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. And with each step you take toward your goals, you're transforming anger into power, pain into purpose. Isn't that a more fulfilling response than letting resentment control your life? As Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your reaction can either keep you trapped or set you free. Think about the people who have hurt you. Are they worth the weight they add to your life? Every day that you carry that bitterness, you're letting them continue to control you, to hold you back. But when you decide to forgive, you're freeing yourself. You're saying, "I deserve peace more than I deserve revenge." Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or minimizing what happened. It means that you're choosing to unchain yourself from it. And in that choice, you're giving yourself the freedom to create a life that's yours, untethered by the past. As Marcus Aurelius put it, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. When you let go of anger, you're not just forgiving them, you're choosing yourself. Now you might wonder if it's really that simple. You might ask, what if the pain comes back? What if I can't forget? And the truth is, you may still feel the sting every now and then. There will be moments when memories resurface, but those memories don't have to define you. They're just reminders of what you overcame, of the strength you found within yourself. You are not the hurt you endured. You are the person who rose above it. You're the person who walked through the fire and emerged stronger. Someone who refused to let past wounds define their worth. So, when that pain resurfaces, remember that it doesn't hold power over you anymore. You've already proven you're stronger than it. Letting go isn't always easy, but it's one of the most liberating things you can do for yourself. Holding on to grudges, carrying resentment, only drains you of energy that could be spent building a brighter future. Every bit of anger you release is like laying down a heavy weight, allowing yourself to move forward freely. And in that space, there's room to grow. You can focus on the things that matter, the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. Instead of being held back by bitterness, you're propelling yourself forward, letting your accomplishments and your personal growth speak louder than any revenge ever could. Forgiveness opens the door to growth. It's a powerful foundation for building a life of meaning, one where you rise above the pain and choose to invest in yourself. When you've been hurt, you stand at a pivotal point. You can either stay anchored in that pain, letting it keep you stuck in the past, or you can use it as fuel to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. This is a chance to redefine yourself, not by what happened to you, but by how you overcame it. As the philosopher Seneca said, it is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. Each step forward, each act of forgiveness, moves you closer to a life defined by strength and purpose, not by past wounds. And here's the beautiful part. When you forgive, you don't just heal yourself, you become a light for others. You show them that it's possible to rise above, to let go, to find peace despite the hurt. You become an example of resilience and inner strength, a beacon for anyone who's struggling with their own pain. This is real influence, real power. It's not about sinking to someone else's level or trying to get even. It's about showing that there's a better way, a way that honors who you are, a way that leads to true freedom and peace. So, the next time someone hurts you, remember that the best revenge is in your hands. It's not in their life. It's not in seeking to make them suffer. It's in building something incredible with your own. Respect yourself enough to know that you're worth more than any grudge, more than any anger or bitterness. Choose to keep your head high and move forward. Let your life be the ultimate testament to the strength within you. Forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you do. Forgive because you're worth a life free from the weight of resentment. You deserve a life where your energy is channeled into things that uplift you, that help you grow, that bring you joy. There's a profound power that comes with choosing forgiveness. It's a quiet but undeniable strength that says, I'm done letting this hold me back. You're making space for yourself to thrive, to pursue your goals, to experience life fully and freely. And in that freedom, you find a deep, lasting peace that no act of revenge could ever give. When you let go of the need to get even, you clear the way for all the things that truly matter. It's about saying, I'm moving forward, I'm choosing growth, I'm choosing a life that's mine. And in doing so, you're creating a future that's brighter, stronger, and entirely yours. So ask yourself, do you want to be weighed down by anger, or do you want to be uplifted by peace? The choice, the power, is entirely in your hands. 4. Rise above. The people who go far, who achieve greatness, aren't the ones who've had it easy. They're the ones who've faced deep disappointments, betrayal, and struggle, yet chose to turn their pain into purpose. Take a moment to consider some of the most resilient individuals you know. They didn't let setbacks define them. Instead, they took every ounce of that hurt, every setback, and used it to drive them forward. They looked at their pain and said, I'm going to build something out of this. I won't let this define me, I'll let it refine me. That's the choice that separates those who stay stuck from those who transform, who rise above and press forward. So ask yourself, what can you do with the pain you've been carrying? How can you channel it into something meaningful, something that lifts you up rather than weighs you down? Maybe it's finally pursuing that business idea you've been dreaming of, or dedicating yourself to a personal goal you've set aside. Or perhaps it's investing time and energy into becoming the person you've always known you could be. When you use your pain as a stepping stone, you're building a life that no one can take from you. That's real strength. That's real revenge. Consider the words of Marcus Aurelius. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. True power is not in retaliation, but in building a life so full and grounded that others' negativity no longer has any control over you. You see, when you focus on growth and resilience, when you choose to channel your energy into creating a future worth living, you're crafting a legacy of strength and purpose. This kind of growth doesn't go unnoticed. Those who doubted you or even tried to tear you down will see that you didn't just survive. You thrived. And that's the kind of transformation that speaks volumes. They'll see the life you've built, the person you've become, and wonder how you took betrayal and turned it into fuel, how you transformed hurt into strength. But here's the key. Don't do it for them. Don't make growth and success about proving anything to others. Do it because you deserve to live a life that reflects your resilience, joy, and peace. Do it because you owe it to yourself to build a future where you are free from resentment, free from bitterness. Imagine looking back one day and seeing every painful experience, every struggle, as a stepping stone to the life you now live. That's the kind of success no one can strip from you. It's about reaching for something greater than the pain, embracing something more meaningful than revenge. This journey, this choice to rise above, isn't easy. There will be days when you'll question whether it's worth it, moments when the hurt seems too fresh, too real. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the times when you dig deep, remember why you chose this path, and take another step forward. Every time you choose growth over anger, every time you move toward resilience, you're building a life grounded in purpose and freedom. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting or excusing what happened. It means you're choosing to free yourself from the weight of that burden. Resentment and bitterness drain your energy, keeping you chained to a past that no longer serves you. But when you let go of the need for revenge, you open up space for something new, something better. This is the kind of freedom that comes from within, and it's priceless. By choosing to let go, you're giving yourself the gift of peace. You're choosing to live fully, without the chains of bitterness or resentment. The path to forgiveness is challenging, but it's also the path to true liberation. As the poet Rumi wrote, "Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself." Growth born from forgiveness creates a foundation that nothing can shake. When you stand at the crossroads of pain, you can either let it keep you anchored to the past or use it as fuel to become stronger, wiser, and better. As you continue on this path, you'll find that the pain fades, that it becomes a part of your story rather than the defining chapter. What's left is a version of you that's unbreakable, one who has chosen strength over resentment, growth over bitterness. That's the kind of revenge that isn't about bringing someone else down but about lifting yourself up. You'll find yourself in a place where you're defined not by what you endured but by what you did with it. And that's a story worth living. When you focus on your growth and build a life that reflects your resilience and purpose, you're giving yourself the greatest gift, freedom from the chains of anger. This kind of freedom allows you to experience true happiness, to live with peace that isn't overshadowed by someone else's actions. The life you're building is yours, unaffected, untouched by those who once tried to hurt you. It's a future where new opportunities, new relationships, and new moments of joy await you. So forgive, not because it's easy or because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. You deserve a life that's whole, that's yours. When you let go of the need for revenge and choose growth, life begins to open up in unexpected ways. This choice, this journey, is yours to make. Every step you take away from bitterness and toward growth is a step toward a life defined by peace, strength, and fulfillment. You're not just getting even, you're rising above. You're proving that the best revenge isn't retaliation. It's creating a life so full of purpose, joy, and resilience that what happened to you becomes irrelevant. Thanks for being a part of today's video. Your engagement really fuels this community. If it's your first time here, type, "I'm a newbie" to introduce yourself, and if you've been with us for a while, comment, "I am a Stoic," so we know you're part of the journey. Every comment adds value, and we're excited to grow alongside you. Let's keep pushing forward together. 5. The ultimate revenge. This journey of forgiveness and growth is not about them. It's about you. It's about taking every piece of hurt, every moment of pain, and using it to build a life that's richer and more powerful than anything those who wronged you could have ever imagined. Think about it. Each step you take forward, each decision to let go of bitterness, is like placing another stone on the foundation of a life filled with purpose, meaning, and peace. This kind of life, the one you build through resilience and determination, is something no one can take away from you. That's real power. And the best part? People notice. The ones who tried to hurt you, who may have doubted your strength, will see you standing tall, thriving in ways they never expected. They'll see that their attempts to tear you down only fueled your growth. They'll wonder how you turned what was meant to break you into a life so steady, so strong, so undeniably full. But here's the key. You're not doing this for them. You're not living well to prove anything to anyone but yourself. This is about building a life that reflects your true worth, a life that rises above the hurt, beyond the scars, and into something truly remarkable. Think about those moments when someone hurt you deeply, moments that might have left you questioning yourself, questioning your worth. In those times, the instinct for revenge can feel overwhelming, like a quick fix to make them feel your pain. But that kind of revenge, even if it brings a brief sense of satisfaction, only keeps you anchored to the pain they caused. It keeps you looking back, bound to bitterness and resentment. The people who have faced setbacks, betrayals, and rejection, but have gone on to achieve greatness. They didn't dwell on the pain inflicted by others. Instead, they transformed that pain into determination, resilience, and purpose. Take the example of someone who, after losing a job due to a colleague's betrayal, decided to start their own business. Every ounce of hurt and disappointment became fuel to build something extraordinary, something that stands as a testament to their strength. This is the kind of growth that doesn't just serve as a personal victory. It becomes a legacy, a life lived on your terms, not theirs. What kind of life do we want to live? One tied to anger and revenge, or one filled with achievements that we built with our own hands, regardless of what others tried to take from us? Revenge is a fleeting satisfaction, but true fulfillment comes from building something lasting. Imagine looking back years from now, not with regret or resentment, but with pride, knowing that you took every difficult experience and turned it into strength. Every time you focus on your dreams, every time you work toward a future that reflects your true values, you're giving yourself a gift. You're creating a life so full of joy, purpose, and resilience that the actions of others become insignificant. In modern life, we see people constantly trying to prove themselves, to show others what they're capable of, especially to those who doubted them. But the most profound achievements don't require validation from anyone else. When you invest in your dreams and your goals, when you create a life that speaks to who you truly are, that's the ultimate form of strength. You're no longer tied to what they think or what they did. You're free. And freedom from anger, bitterness, and regret, is the most powerful revenge there is. A life defined by resentment, or a life enriched by purpose and peace? The choice is in your hands. Instead of holding on to the anger, let each step toward your own dreams be the answer. Let every accomplishment, every small victory, be proof to yourself that you're not just moving on, but moving up. You deserve a life that's full, that's meaningful, that reflects all the strength you've gathered along the way. Because when you focus on growth, on building something beautiful out of the rubble, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. And that's something no one can take from you. At the end of the day, this journey is about giving yourself what you truly deserve. A life untouched by the bitterness of revenge. Each time you choose to rise above, to let go of grudges, and focus on building your future, you're making a statement, not to them, but to yourself. You're choosing to be defined not by what happened to you, but by what you chose to do with it. And that, right there, is the best revenge. A life lived with strength, with dignity, and with an unshakable sense of self-worth. So let go of the anger, embrace the path of growth, and create a future that stands as a testament to your resilience. Because when you do, you'll find that you've achieved something far more valuable than revenge. You've achieved true freedom. 6. Build the life you deserve. True growth is a journey that's not about revenge or staying anchored to past wounds. It's about releasing what no longer serves you and building a future that's yours to shape. Think about that for a moment. When you let go of the desire to get even and instead focus on creating a life that reflects your own dreams, values, and purpose, you're giving yourself a rare and priceless gift, freedom from the chains of resentment. Imagine each day as an opportunity to invest in a future that excites you, a future defined not by what happened to you, but by what you decide to do with it. Growth isn't just about moving past the pain. It's about transforming that pain into strength, resilience, and determination to live on your terms. Each morning you wake up with a sense of purpose and determination. You're setting yourself free. Your goals, your dreams, your vision for your life become your guiding stars, and they have nothing to do with anyone else's actions or judgments. That's true growth. That's real empowerment. You're no longer reacting to what others did to you. Instead, you're creating a future that reflects who you truly are. And in doing so, you don't just change your circumstances, you transform yourself. And here's the beauty of it. This kind of growth doesn't need words or explanations. Your strength, your success, your inner peace will speak louder than anything you could say to those who hurt you or doubted your resilience. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By choosing to focus on growth, you're choosing to react with strength and grace. Focus on building a life that brings you joy, fulfillment, and purpose. Imagine a future where you wake up feeling genuinely excited about the day ahead, knowing you're pursuing goals that fill you with pride and satisfaction. This kind of life is within your reach, and it's a life not defined by the wounds of the past, but by the resilience and wisdom you've gained from moving beyond them. You deserve to see just how far you can go when you choose to let go of resentment and instead pour your energy into creating something beautiful and meaningful. There will be moments when the idea of revenge feels tempting, times when anger and frustration seem like easier paths. But remember this: the easiest path is rarely the one that brings true peace or lasting happiness. Revenge might bring a brief, fleeting sense of satisfaction, but it won't give you the deep joy, fulfillment, or growth that comes from choosing a life driven by purpose and integrity. When you walk a path of growth and self-discovery, you're aligning with something far greater than any single person, any single moment, or any single experience. You're connecting with your full potential, your truest purpose, and the future that is yours to claim. That future, the one you create by choosing growth over revenge, is worth every ounce of patience, every bit of resilience, and every moment of hard work. It's worth putting down the weight of anger and picking up the power to create a life of meaning, a life that reflects your own strength. Marcus Aurelius, a wise Roman emperor and philosopher, once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Think about that. By choosing not to seek revenge, you're already taking back your power. You're living by your own values, not by the anger or bitterness that others may have tried to plant within you. So ask yourself, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? What story do you want to tell with your life? Do you want to be remembered as someone who chose revenge, or as someone who chose growth? Do you want your story to reflect a life spent holding on to grudges, or one that demonstrates strength, resilience, and the power of personal transformation? This choice is entirely yours, and it's a choice you make every day. You have the power to shape your life based on your deepest values, to let your actions reflect the strength and peace that are within you. And when you focus on this path, you create a life that is no longer tied to the past, no longer defined by what someone else did to you. You create a life that's open, filled with possibilities and opportunities that are yours to explore. Imagine walking a path free from the weight of resentment, free from the constant pull of anger. This path isn't always easy, but it's filled with promise. It's a path where you get to live fully, where you get to experience joy without the shadow of past wrongs clouding your vision. Every step you take toward growth, every decision to rise above, is a step toward creating a legacy that's rooted in dignity, resilience, and personal freedom. Think of the future you want for yourself, the life that you would feel proud to look back on someday. Picture that future. It's a future where you're not defined by the actions of others, but by the choices you made to live well, to live with integrity, to live with strength. In modern life, it's easy to get caught up in a culture that values quick fixes and immediate payback. But true satisfaction comes from a life built on self-respect and purpose. Each time you choose growth over revenge, you're investing in a future that's built on solid ground. You're setting yourself up for a life that no one can take from you, a life filled with accomplishments, joy, and a sense of wholeness that comes only from living with purpose. So when you're tempted by the idea of revenge, remember that you have the power to choose something better. You have the power to focus on what truly matters and to create a life that is meaningful, fulfilling, and entirely your own. In the end, this journey of letting go and choosing growth is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. It's not an easy path, and it takes patience and courage. But as you continue on this path, you'll find that you're building a life that's stronger, richer, and more fulfilling than anything a moment of revenge could offer. You're creating a future that's defined by your own choices, a life where you have the freedom to live as your best self, unhindered by the anger or resentment of the past. This choice, this journey, is yours to make, and it's a journey worth every bit of effort. 7. Building strength. The best revenge isn't about tearing someone else down. It's about building yourself up to a point where those who doubted you, hurt you, or dismissed you become mere footnotes in the grand narrative of your life. Imagine creating a life so rich, so deeply fulfilling, that the people who tried to hold you back become insignificant details in the story of your success, your growth, and your joy. True strength is found in letting go of the need to prove anything to anyone, and instead focusing on what lies ahead. Growth isn't just about moving past what's happened. It's about choosing to build a life that's full of meaning, purpose, and true happiness. It's about filling each day with experiences, dreams, and goals that honor who you are and who you're becoming. Every time you choose to rise above, every time you take a step forward, you're proving to yourself that you're capable, resilient, and worthy of the best life has to offer. That, my friend, is a form of revenge that lasts far longer than any moment of anger or bitterness. This path to growth isn't just about transforming your circumstances. It's about transforming yourself. Imagine those who once tried to tear you down seeing you thrive, watching as you build something remarkable out of the very trials they may have caused. They'll see that instead of allowing their actions to define you, you let them inspire you to create a life that's rich with purpose. And the best part? You won't be thinking about them at all. You'll be too focused on the life you're building, the dreams you're chasing, and the happiness you're embracing to even remember their attempts to hurt you. This is the power of taking the high road, of living for yourself, rather than in reaction to others. By living well and staying true to your values, you're creating a life that speaks for itself, A life that proves you don't need to stoop to the level of those who tried to harm you. Instead, you rise above, proving that your strength is far greater than any attempt to bring you down. Think about what happens when you make your life larger than your pain. When you shift your focus from what's happened to you to what's possible for you, you're reclaiming your power. You're showing up every day with purpose, with a mind focused on growth, and a heart set on joy. That is true strength. That's resilience. And that, my friend, is the best revenge anyone could ever seek. People who spend their lives tearing others down are often trapped in small, limited mindsets, caught in cycles of bitterness and pettiness. They become so focused on trying to bring others down that they forget to lift themselves up, to create something worth living for. But when you decide to walk away from that cycle and focus on lifting yourself up, you're choosing a path that they won't understand. A path that's focused on purpose, resilience, and meaningful achievement. And when you finally reach the place where you're living fully and freely, following your own path, they'll feel it. They'll see that their attempts to hurt you only made you stronger, that their negativity became nothing more than fuel for your journey. They'll see that the life you've built speaks louder than any words, louder than any attempt to drag you down. This kind of resilience and strength is a language they might not understand, but they will feel its impact all the same. You're no longer defined by what they did or said. You're defined by how you rose, how you chose to build something beautiful from it all. But here's something important. Don't do this for them. Don't focus on building a life to prove anything to those who doubted you. This journey is for you. Do it because you deserve to live a life that's whole, a life that reflects the best of who you are. Do it because you have dreams that are too important, goals that are too significant to waste time on past hurts. You have a future to create, and that future has nothing to do with the pain of the past. True peace and satisfaction come not from getting even, but from moving forward with purpose and joy. When you let go of resentment and choose growth instead, you're freeing yourself from anything that could hold you back. So, build this life for you. Let every choice you make, every step you take, be a testament to the strength within you. Think about the kind of legacy you want to leave, the story you want your life to tell. Do you want to be remembered as someone who let bitterness hold them back, or as someone who took every challenge as an opportunity to grow stronger? You're in control of that choice, and it's a choice that shapes your life every single day. Choose the path that leads to a life filled with peace, strength, and purpose, a life that honors the person you're meant to be. Because in the end, that's the best revenge. Creating a life so fulfilling that the past can't touch it. A life so grounded in joy that the actions of others become irrelevant. You're showing yourself that you're worth more than any hurt, that you're capable of rising above anything. As you continue to choose growth, as you continue to let go of the need for revenge and focus on what truly matters, you'll find that life opens up in ways you never imagined. You'll see new opportunities, new connections, and new joys waiting for you, unclouded by the shadows of the past. And here's the beauty of it all. You'll discover that this journey of growth, of self-reclamation, is the most powerful form of freedom you can experience. This is a freedom that allows you to live fully, to pursue what brings you joy and meaning, untouched by bitterness or resentment. It's a freedom that no one can take from you, a freedom that's worth every effort, every decision to choose growth over anger. 8. Rise above. Let me tell you something about real strength, a kind of strength that goes far beyond the urge to get even. True strength isn't about retaliating or wasting energy on those who tried to bring you down. It's about rising above, lifting yourself to a place where their words and actions lose all meaning. It's about building a life so full, so fulfilling, that they become nothing more than faded memories, insignificant in the story of your success and joy. Think about what it means to keep your head high when everything in you feels weighed down, to choose joy when you could so easily choose bitterness, and to walk your own path in peace and purpose, regardless of how others try to define or limit you. This is where the heart of resilience lies, not in being louder or more combative, but in quietly becoming the best version of yourself. True strength doesn't shout for attention. It doesn't seek an audience. It is calm, steady, and rooted in your own journey forward. And when you embody this kind of strength, you're not just choosing a path of revenge, you're transcending it altogether. You're turning the page, rewriting your story with actions that speak louder than any words of anger ever could. Think for a moment about someone who chose to rise above instead of sinking into anger or revenge. Look at Oprah Winfrey, for instance. She endured an incredibly difficult childhood, full of hardship and pain that could have left her bitter and broken, but instead, she used those experiences to fuel her drive for growth, education, and success. Today, she's one of the most influential figures in the world, known not for what was done to her but for what she built from it. She chose growth, resilience, and positivity over resentment and transformed her life into something meaningful. Now ask yourself, wouldn't you rather be the person who rises above adversity to create something beautiful than the one who remains tied to old wounds? When you focus on living well, on becoming your strongest, most resilient self, you're creating a life where those who tried to hurt you simply no longer matter. They fade, and what's left is the future you shaped with your own hands. That's a kind of victory that no revenge can ever equal. Let your life speak for itself. Your growth, your success, your joy. Let these be the unspoken message to anyone who doubted you, hurt you, or tried to hold you back. You don't need to shout it from the rooftops. Don't need to announce every achievement. Just live fully. Let each step forward, each act of kindness, and each success become quiet proof that you're beyond the reach of those who tried to harm you. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Living a life that aligns with your own values, that honors your own path, is the best answer to anyone who ever underestimated you. When you choose to respond to hardship with growth, you're proving that nothing they did can shape your future. That's a strength beyond words, a story that needs no telling, because it's so evident in the way you live. And here's the powerful truth. When you focus on creating a life filled with purpose and growth, the need for revenge fades into the background. It becomes irrelevant, a distraction you no longer have time for. Why? Because you're too busy living well, too occupied with building something meaningful, something lasting. You're too immersed in becoming someone wise, resilient, and grounded. The farther you walk on this path, the more untouchable you become. You're creating a life that's beyond anyone's reach, beyond the pettiness, beyond the negativity, beyond the attempts to drag you down. And when you reach this point, you're not just living, you're thriving in a way that brings a deep, unshakable peace. Imagine waking up each morning not with thoughts of revenge or anger, but with excitement for what you're building. Imagine investing your time and energy into projects, goals, and dreams that align with your deepest values. Instead of wasting precious moments on grudges, you're using every day to grow, to expand, to become the person you know you're meant to be. In modern life, where success is often flaunted and validation sought, there's something profoundly powerful about quiet growth, about living well without needing to prove anything. When you build a life centered on joy, purpose, and inner strength, you become free in the truest sense. The people who hurt you, who doubted you, they'll see your success, they'll see your peace, and they'll wonder. They'll feel the strength of a life lived well, a life that couldn't be diminished by their actions. Your success, your resilience, your unwavering joy will speak a language they may not understand, but they'll feel it. And that's a victory more profound than anything a grudge could offer. Because, in the end, the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about moving on, moving up, and building a life that needs no explanation. When you make your life bigger than your pain, when you focus on what truly matters, you're showing them, and the world, that you're far beyond what anyone tried to make you believe. And so, let every step you take toward growth, every choice to embrace joy, and every goal you pursue become a testament to the strength within you. Choose to build a life that honors your values, that lifts you up, and that brings peace and fulfillment. At the end of the day, this is the best kind of revenge, a life lived with purpose, resilience, and freedom. So ask yourself, do you want to be held down by the past or lifted by the future you're building? So keep your eyes on the future. Keep building, keep growing, keep thriving. Focus on the life that's waiting for you, a life that's yours to shape, filled with purpose, peace, and joy. Because that life, rooted in strength and resilience, is the best response to anything in your past. Remember, the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about creating a life so full and meaningful that those who tried to hurt you become irrelevant, a distant memory with no power over your present or future. You've reclaimed your power, your peace, and now you're moving forward with clarity and strength. So choose to rise above, to let go of the need to get even, and focus on becoming the best version of yourself. That's the kind of life no one can take from you, a life that speaks louder than any act of revenge. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upcoming video, and join us as we continue exploring powerful ways to lead a life of resilience, peace, and purpose. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.